Hey guys, welcome to the Texas Hillbilly channel. My name is Jared and this is the Sonora van. There have been a couple videos on this. We rescued it about 2 years ago. It had been sitting for 25-30 years in the grass, abandoned. And we got it running and driving on this channel and we started redoing the interior. I had to replace this window, which is a custom size. You could see where the original went down to here and it was a little bit skinnier. Actually, I had to cut some metal. I don't know if I'm gonna paint this silver or paint that black. To get it driving, I put it on some Jeep wheels and they did not fit on the front. So I took the original wheels, or I bought 2 tires off Amazon, $75 tires, threw them on. I really wanna complete that. The problem is the original wheels. Let me show you this. Now here's one of them. I have almost a matching set. I think I have 3 of these and then one that doesn't match. And I got a very nervous Doxy over there that wants to get a cat. Anyways, here's the problem. Look at this hole. These things got loose, only that one was tight-ish, and these all got wallered out. The wheel is no longer usable. This is just decoration at this point. That would cause major vibration. Hey, buddy, chill out. It's okay. I know, it's okay. You'll get it later. So anyways, I can't find these. I've looked everywhere. I even had a dude on YouTube refer me to a video where somebody was selling wheels and they had these laying there. And it looked like my size. And I got a hold of the YouTube channel and they wouldn't respond. For a van like this, what is the next best thing? If you can't find the original style, smooth chrome steelies, what do you do for a 70s van? You get yourself some turbines, which I did. I got the, I don't know, it's a higher number of turbine spoke. And I got 2 new tires sitting here. Actually, these are on, oh, I already installed them. I forgot about that. Anyways, I did those by hand and it's a lot of work. You can see the interior work we've been doing in here. Problem is, this sat with the doghouse off the engine and cats got in here and there's some spots where there's cat vomit and I don't know if they had kittens or what, but on my brand new carpet. It's very frustrating. Whenever I get a project, I like to keep it exactly the way I keep their vision alive. That's what I prefer, but in this case, I'm just, it's unavailable. The wheels are unavailable. I can't find them. So we're going with turbines, okay? And just have to get over that, I guess. I believe I test fit these just wheels only, just to make sure they cleared the brakes and all. I forgot I had these tires. We're halfway there. So all we need to do, I've already cleaned up these beads. So we gotta get these off. That one's flat. I don't know if the wheel's leaking or if there's actually something in the tire, but we'll take a look at that. So let's get these tires off, these wheels and tires off, and put the turbines on, and we can get these Jeep wheels off of here and sell those or whatever, because that just looks wrong. For years, I've been using a manual tire changer, which is back here by the cruising wagon. Man, you Sherman, chill, buddy. Back there, manual tire changer, see that? If anybody's ever used one of those, you know the pain, you know the agony of using a manual tire changer. So what are we gonna do? I got a new toy. Let's check this out. In the shop, which is very crowded with used cabinets, kids' toys, all kinds of lawn equipment, I got this. This is a Coates 3030A tire machine. I bought this for $250. I don't know if that's a good deal or not. I felt like for me to have a tire changer for $250, pretty awesome. Now, I'm told this thing works, and I'm told that it has to have 150 PSI. You cannot have less than 150. So, kicked old Trusty out and I bought this new Harbor Freight Fortress 175 PSI air compressor. It's awesome. It's super quiet. Problem is the gauge broke from the factory, so I had to swap in this one. And it's holding pretty steady. We're at 120. I've used it quite a bit yesterday and never even kicked on. So that's cool. Now I also have 2 outlets, so I could run the sandblaster and my shop air, which is ran through a hose to that hose reel. Kind of gonna be like a 2-part video, not a 2-part video, but 2 subjects. We're gonna see if we can get this old Coates 3030 to work, and we're gonna see if we can get matching wheels and tires on the Sonora van, and hopefully, God, I hope it looks good. Alrighty, this tire on. Alright, and you probably use a hammer or something to get that tight. Let's take the valve stem out. There's a little tire pressure. Here is the bead breaker. Now it has this slotted shaft down there that grabs on to something right there. And I guess that pulls down. All right, I just hooked up the air. Now when you hook the air up, I don't know what that's for. When you hook the air up, it fills up these like bellows, these tanks. So it uses a lot of your tank's air just to get ready. I'm sure a lot of places would just leave this hooked up. I don't have electricity in my shop yet, so I got an extension cord ran to this. I want you to hear how quiet this is. Listen to that, like you can hear me talk. Now, an iPhone will silence loud sounds and muffle them. I'm not sure how this sounds on camera, but I bet you can hear me just fine, which is pretty awesome. So this thing is super quiet. You can have a conversation with somebody standing right next to you. Used to, whenever I turn on my old shop air compressor, we had to get out of the shop and close the doors because it was so loud, it would hurt your ears. So, and it's still running, you can probably hear me, right? All right, so I need to get this like that. That hooks onto the lip, right? So it should pull that down. At the same time, this should push up, right? Okay. I don't know if we have enough pressure. Let's just see what happens. That's the bead seeder. I guess I need this one. A little scary. Go, 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 go. Wow. Look at that. Look at that. Holy crap. That's exciting. Alright. It's just like a manual tire changer. Alright. I'd be afraid. It uses a lot of air. Sorry that's on so long. I'd be afraid to let go of this. I don't know. I'm afraid I'm going to get popped in the face or something. Let's just try it. See how it wants to come up? I don't want to let go of it. Wow. Holy moly. Right there? Oh my god. Are you kidding me? That's insane. Oh, it's insane. Right here you can see these are sold as Ford wheels. They're probably off like an LTD or something. 15 by 6.5, so those must be 7s. So that is pretty cool. I wish I knew exactly what they came off of. I bet it is an LTD. Now, I've never used an old tire machine. At automotive school, college, I used a modern one. Got one of Grandma's old socks. I'm thinking it's just the wheel, because that was a pretty rusty bead. And it took a long time for that to leak down. And we didn't hardly drive this thing but in our driveway. Now that is risky because there's a lot of trash in my driveway, a lot of nails. Done a lot of work here. There's nothing. It's good. Alright. Now, how? Oh, you know what? I need a words? This thing. Valve stem. And is there, this guy left all these weights. Not that I can use weights because I don't have a balancer. There's a lot of valve stems, that's good. Oh, here we go. Look at that. So I have a cheap version of this. This is a valve stem installer. So you just stick the valve stem right there. And you screw this on. Eventually. Or you drop it and struggle with it. And then have to edit video because it takes you so long that you look dumb. This one's mine. Now it's got, see the valve stem remover tools? I don't know what that is. It's probably a chase or whatever you call it to chase the threads. And then this, you screw it on to the valve stem, you just pull it through. So this one, you don't need to pull, you just use leverage. See? Super easy. Sometimes you can get this thing around the bead beforehand. Now what I need is a little brush with soapy water or whatever. This is soapy water, but that's usually for checking leaks. But I need something, you know, it looks like the little PVC brush, primer brush, little ball of cotton or whatever. You do it around the bead and it makes it slippery. Let's use Grandma's sock. Doesn't seem like that's going to be enough, but you never know. Of course, we are using a leverage multiplier here. Oh, and they said this thing weighs 750 pounds. You think you could do that with 750 pounds? I don't think so. I don't know how this works. Is it a one-way thing? I don't know. Pull that up. Sherman, stop. Still out there trying to get that kitten or cat or whatever. I'm afraid to screw this up. Do it wrong, you know? I don't know. That obviously wouldn't go like that, right? Maybe it would. Alright, let me do a little research real quick because I don't know how this works. Alright, I learned the same way everybody else learns. I just look at YouTube. So, what I read is hook this on the rim. And this guy did it towards himself. I've been doing it the other way. This goes upward. This hooks the rim right there. Set it on there. And then I think this needs to be like that. I could be wrong. And then you push the tire. Gosh, this looks weird. I don't know why it looks like that. Okay. Put as much tire this way as you can. And then give it a press? There's no way. That doesn't look right. Let's just see. Oh, that's terrifying. It wants to go that way. Hold this down here. He didn't hold this, but. There we go. Let's try again. Probably needs lube. Everything had. This thing is full of hammer marks, and I bet you I know why. Stay still. Don't move. A little persuasion, maybe, because we don't have much bead left here. Oh. Okay. Halfway on. Now, do the same thing. I'm sure experienced tired guys are much faster than me at this. I don't know what I'm doing exactly. Get this down here. Like that. Okay. And we did it. Tires on the wheel. It's mildly terrifying. Next, seat the bead with this thing. Okay, I got a hose to a hose. Put that on the wheeler. No. He's trying to run away. And then this. There's these things. Everything I buy is hard to freaking junk. And this will not really stay on a bead, or I mean on a valve stem very well. That's working. All right, you ready? We're gonna go. That'll work. There's no way air can get in there. Let's raise it up as high as it'll go. Well, that's something I gotta learn. I can't figure it out. Three, two, one, now. Ish. Oh my god, don't tell me you'll fit on the hub. I swear I tried these. Oh my lord. It doesn't fit. Does it fit? No way. I guess I tried them on the back. There's no way, they're so close. You know, I'm gonna take a freaking angle grinder, a die grinder. I'm gonna grind that out because these are not hub centric. Is that like a major problem? I don't know. I mean, it doesn't engage on anything here, so that can't be. It can't matter for this hub, but doesn't matter for the wheel. And these are conical shaped. Those fit perfect. I think it's fine. Let's whatever. These were $75 wheels. If I screw them up, it's my fault. So let's go screw them up, I guess. Alright, just got done running this wheel. Let's see if I ruined it enough. I think it's gonna fit. I'm not even gonna step back and look at the whole thing until I got both tires on. There's only 3 tight. Probably got to grind all the wheels down because this sticks out. That sucks. Oh, it's so close. Just like the other. So they're all gonna need some grinding. That's okay. It's okay. Alright, got that walled out pretty good. Let's see if it fits. I just realized I said, let's see if it fits. I guess in hillbilly terminology, if means how and if. How and if. If it fit. Come on. Come on, baby. Oh yeah, that's good. Really good. So, I see there's no anti-seize on these. And I don't like that. So you know what? I'm going to stick these in my sandblaster. Clean these up real quick. Put some never seize on this. Yeah, they're okay. Not perfect, but I got the threads at least. They're pretty beat up and ugly. While I was in there, I did this. It was left out in the rain. They wouldn't move at all. Air compressor did good. All right, I'm walking out to the van, and I'm not gonna look at it. I don't want to see what it looks like with these tires on it, or these wheels. I don't want to see the whole thing. Okay, we're here. Throw some never seize on here. Doesn't take much. You don't have to wrap it around the stud. The lug nut will do that for you. Better than nothing, right? I'll clean this drum up eventually. We got rear brakes to do on this. Oh, that's a banjo bolt. It's not even hooked up. We have no rear brakes at all. How's that possible? What do we got going on here? Look at that, right there. Is that not a banjo fitting? Maybe that's why I have no rear brakes and this thing is sketchy on the road. Okay, well now we know we can do some good power brakes. All right, let's get these wheels coming down. Are you ready to get back and look at this thing? Oh yeah, that's perfectly ugly. I don't know what I think of it. It's different. Different is good. You don't see these turbines very often, not with this many spokes. Sorry it's so windy. What do y'all think? You like? I want to know what the owner thinks, the original owner. You know, I'm way behind schedule. My original plan was to fix this thing up, put it in a parade that this thing had once done about 30 years ago, 20 years, 25 years ago, and take the original owner, or second owner, one that gave me this. I'm way behind schedule. I got way too much going on. So this is essentially what they had on it, what I put on it, and then how it is now. And God, it looks long at this view, right? Anyways, I kind of love it. I think I love it. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like turbines need to go with a solid color van, or a van with just stripes or something, but murals, the turbines aren't necessary. That's why the chrome smoothies looked perfect, because they don't take away from the painting. But this is kind of period correct, and I'm okay with this. I really am. Anyways, I'm gonna get to working on the other wheels and tires. And I don't know if I ever mentioned a little history on this van, where and how I got it. Not where I got it, but how I got it. I saw this ad for that van. It was a very grainy picture from pretty far away. It looked cool, right? And it just said like mural van, no title, doesn't run, $1,500. And I thought, you know, it's a lot of money for a van that's been sitting for a long time, but it's a cool van. So I messaged the guy and I was like, hey, do you have any more photos, any history on this vehicle? I'd like to know the history, you know. Why was it parked? What has been done to it? All that stuff that every buyer wants to know. And he didn't know anything about it. The map he used on Facebook told me about where it was. So I scoured through Google Maps and I found what looked like the right van. And you zoom in and it's the right size. It's near where he mapped it. And I go to the Google Earth view, or where like you put the little dude down, you can like look around the Google car view. And I look through the brush and you can see the van. And so I found the owner, right? So then I searched property records and the wife's calling, so hold on. As I was saying, long story long. So I found the owner through property records and I found that she owned a business, did a farmer's market. I called her number and left her a voicemail saying that, hey, I saw that you have this van. I saw an ad, but I did some searches and I found out that you're the owner because I wasn't getting any information from the seller on Facebook. And I was just curious if you still had it and you wanted to get rid of it. And I use that wording, like I always use that wording, do you want to get rid of? That could either mean sell or giveaway, right? Anyways, this lady called me back and immediately goes, hey, yeah, I still have the van and if you want it, you can have it. So save $1,500, right? So I was like, okay, you got it. And that's when she told me all the history about it and how great it was. And it was their family vehicle. They drove it all over the country. And you know, the mural was painted by the first owners, which was friends of theirs, and it went through the Comfort, Texas high school parade for several years. And I just think it'd be really cool to take her through the parade again one time in this with like the flyer for her farmer's market company on the side of it. I think that'd be awesome. Alrighty, so these lug nuts here are a different style. They're open, have the conical thing, and they have this flat spot. Well, they fit like perfect in these wheels. Almost thinking this should be on there. Anyways, before I take this thing down any highways or anything, I'm gonna make sure I got the right lug nuts, and doing this isn't some weird catastrophic thing. For all those, if you are commenting that I ruined these wheels, we'll see, right? If I drive down the road, get up to speed, and this thing's shaking my teeth out, yeah, I screwed up. If not, maybe it's not a big deal. Maybe it didn't ruin them. Maybe what you're repeating is nonsense. Sometimes people are wrong. Yes. I'd say that looks pretty good. Looks pretty dang good. I like it. Good morning, guys. It is the next day. It's actually the day after my birthday. Yesterday when we were doing all that work, it was actually my birthday, and it felt really good because I got to use my birthday present that I bought for myself, which was the tire changer and the new air compressor. And the wife bought me this monstrosity of a vacuum. I've never seen one this big. Look at this thing. It is gigantic. 2.5-inch hose. I don't even know, 40 horsepower motor or something. It's crazy, it's quiet, and it's super strong. So when I was installing that wheel, I showed you that I'm not sure the rear brakes are even hooked up. We had an issue with the radiator last time. Last time I drove this, it was spewing out fluid. Where you be? Right there. So last time I worked on this, I had antifreeze spewing out of here somewhere. So my little, what do you call this? JB Weld job didn't really work. It's coming out somewhere there, and I think around here somewhere. I'm not sure. But I did not successfully bypass the heater hose, the heater core. I thought I did by pulling these off, but there's stuff going all up into the dash. This must be rear. So I need to get all the heater hoses off the engine, plug everything up. So it's just the radiator cooling the engine. And like I said, check rear brakes. And we haven't started this thing in a while. It's been running off just a gas can. Let's see what parts we have that we haven't installed yet, because I'm sure there are some. All right. Now we got room with no tires sitting here. The door's gonna close on me. Anyways, all right, let's see what the damage is in here. It's been a while since I've been inside. Okay. There's the vomit. It's disgusting, or poop or something. Other than that, the cats were laying on that Mexican blanket, I think, or maybe it's a different one. No, it looks pretty. I don't see any cat hair, actually. Maybe it was a different one that I pulled out and threw away already. Anyways, we'll wash that. The seat's not really covered in cat hair, so it couldn't have been very long. That looks like puke. Looks like a cat's been sitting here. That's pretty nasty. That one's clean. This one is the passenger seat. Haven't installed it yet. Mostly because I want to be able to work on the engine. Can you stay open, please, door? And here's the box of parts. So here is I was telling you about the parade that they were in, 99 to 2000. And there's a program for the football game. Oh, that's cool. You can follow along and know what the ref is saying. I've never seen that before. Pretty neat. Radio Shack. 5-Star Rentals, they're still around. The Ranch radio station's still around. More stuff, Dodge van, insurance you shouldn't look at. Brake hose, it might be rear brake hose. Premium brake hose. I'll look at this part number and see what this is for. It's got the banjo fitting. That looks very much like the rear one that's sitting there. And that's not a banjo fitting. That's just a bolt hole. That is not ported. So there's nothing missing on the rear. We do have rear brakes, but I should replace this anyways. And I thought I had brake drums or pads. I guess I don't. Right, I'm down here looking at the brake hose, and it is, I believe, the correct one. It's about the right length. It just goes there, and I noticed, I don't know if it's the entire frame, but a lot of this frame and body is galvanized. This is clearly galvanized, especially where it ripped it when I pulled it out of the mud, out of its resting spot. You can see that that's galvanized. I don't know about this part, but it could be galvanized and it's just flaking off. We have obviously got to check the rear diff because of this. And that's where the table post goes right there, but the entire frame is coated in diff fluid. But look how solid this thing is underneath. Ridiculous. And our fuel lines, I know this camera's kind of upside down here, but there's a fuel line and you can see where it goes. It's supposed to go right there. There's a mud dauber nest in it. Anyways, I don't think I ever messed with these rear brakes. All right, I'm sitting here looking at this wire that's hanging and realized I ripped it with the hook that I used to pull the van out, and that's why the taillights don't work. But I also noticed I was right there with these dudes hanging out right above me. Lovely yellow jackets. They gotta die. I don't know if I'll be able to film this, but there went one. There went another. Ooh. Get back. Oh my God. Alrighty. Let's see, we got some fuel hose here, 3/8 or so. A little bit of heater hose. Let's pull the dog house off. Alright, now we can see heater hoses better if we need to. I've worked on a lot of stuff since the last time I worked on this thing, so my memory is not the greatest, but also I have an excuse. Man, it's super windy these last few days. Go figure, I want to go outside and film the Sonora van and it gets crazy windy. Alright, where are we at here? Zoom out. So, looks like I put a new hose here. Why? Why would I do that? I should just... It's AC. This is coming from this compressor. That's AC line, and that's AC line. This right here, this is our problem. This guy. That heater hose needs to come off. We need to plug that, because that's going in there and it's coming out here and it's ported bizarrely to this. I do not understand that. Which is coming here to the condenser area, or whatever you call that. I'm not an AC guy. The thing up front. And then this is a heater pipe. That's heater. Yeah, that's heater pipe to there. Gosh, maybe it's not. I don't know. I don't know, but it's weird. I'm gonna take this off, see what the heck's going on here. That probably never was supposed to be hooked up like that. But this wouldn't be an open T, right? There we go. Okay, this hose is now done. It's either wind or the neighbor fires up a lawnmower. It seems like every time. See if you can see how bad this hose looks. Right there. Ooh-wee, that is bad. And it's going right there is the new water neck gasket radiator hose. It's right next to it. It is very bad condition. So let's go see if we have that hose. One of the things I was working on this weekend was rearranging, getting all my hoses out of that thing and organizing over here a little bit more better. That looks too big. That might work. Let's take these. And also I got hose clamps here. All right, this hose that I'm trying to get to, the clamp is aiming at the air compressor. There's no way to get to that. I had to get a wrench or something. Maybe a ratchet wrench. Can get on. That's the other one. That one right there. There's no room. There's nothing. There's no room at all. That was no problem though. All right, just about got this thing off. Come on. Just grab it on a little bit. Now, you can see the condition it's in. It's just falling apart. Look at this hose. It's blue. And it was blue before the hose clamps went on. Don't tell me this is factory. There's no way, right? Because it's like Chrysler blue. It's like the color of the block. There's no way, right? Crazy. Anyways, I think it's, I don't know. I think it's smaller than this even. So I'll go see if I got anything even smaller than this. All right, got the right size hose, but there's no way I'm gonna get it to bend that tight. So I'm gonna have to order this, unfortunately, because if I try to bend this thing, it just pinches in half. And that is a water pump, so I don't want that to not flow. So I'm gonna order parts. I'm gonna order rear brake parts too. And the better system is what this is for. Like, see, I got a Pinto drawer there. This is literally nothing but Pinto stuff. And then I'm gonna do that with, here's a little bit of Sonora stuff. I just got some lights for the interior, but I'm gonna stage stuff in here for that. And another vehicle on that side. All right, that's where I'm gonna call it a video. We gotta order parts. We need brake parts, we need a radiator hose. I'm gonna get a battery and fuel line stuff. Oh, if you guys are interested in merch, somewhere in the local magazine, guys, merch. I do have merch. I got shirts and hats available. Shirts for 20 bucks, hats for 25, and as long as you pay shipping, I'm gonna sell them for that cheap rate, because most shirts nowadays go for 30 bucks at least, 35. Hats are 35. I'm gonna do 20 for shirts, 25 for hats, and they're very good quality. Much better than this old spring junk, you know, Chinese junk. These are made in Texas, in the hill country. If you want to follow along, see behind the scenes or what's going to be coming out ahead of time, you'll see it on Instagram at Texas Hillbilly J. Give me a follow there. Also, if you got any questions, post them down below. Like, comment, subscribe. Helps out the channel big time. We're really close to 10,000 subscribers, which is, to me, insane. I had a goal to meet, like when I hit 5,000 like 2 years ago, I had a goal to double it in a year, and I failed. I came very close. I came within like 500 subscribers, and then it's just been fluctuating, staying right below 10,000, which is insane. Like, I never thought I would ever have that many subscribers. It just blows my mind. Like, I don't feel like me or my content is that interesting, but I mean, if 10,000 people do, that's freaking awesome. I know it doesn't feel like I got a lot done today, but the truth is I did. You know, little victories are massive, and it doesn't seem like much, but you know, I got a tire changer working that probably hadn't worked in a couple decades. I swapped wheels and tires on the van, did some investigating on brakes, pulled some radiator hoses out. Gosh, it does not sound like a lot, but if I had to do it all over again, we're talking an entire weekend, right? So I got that behind me, and that's a little victory. And on to the next little victories. We're gonna order parts, and we'll make another video on this coming up soon, where we'll probably drive it, finally. I'm hoping we'll be able to drive it down the road. And don't let me forget to check the diff fluid. What's the sleeper dude guy say? Josh, he always says, check your rear end. I can't forget to check my rear end. We got a lot more projects coming, more on the caddy. I moved that thing out of the way the other day. It's been sitting for a month since the last video, maybe longer. And I put a battery, or hooked the battery up and turned the key, and it fired up instantly. That thing runs excellent. I just needed to change radiator hoses and a belt, and it's very tight. Imagine a 4.9 liter crammed in a front wheel drive with a transaxle and all that. There's not a lot of room, a lot less than this, and this was a struggle. Anyways, thanks for watching, really appreciate it. Oh, and this video is probably coming out on 4th of July, so happy birthday, America, happy 250th, happy 4th of July, happy Independence Day, go America. And hope you guys had a great weekend, enjoy it with your family, and we will see you on the next video, so Hillbilly out.